Animals come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and of course this holds true for reptiles as well. But instead of talking about the largest reptile in the world, today we're going to be talking about the smallest reptile in the world, as it was only recently discovered, and that is none other than the nano chameleon. Of course, if you happen to be watching this video way in the future, a few years time, whenever after it's been published, it may not seem as recent anymore. But as we're now currently filming in 2022, and this chameleon was only described in 2021, it's still pretty recent. And with that out the way, let's get started. Now, the previous record holder of this title was actually also another chameleon, known as the micro chameleon, or Brookesia micro, from Madagascar, measuring for both males and females less than 30 millimeters. That's 1.2 inches including the tail. It is tiny. It's so tiny it's hard to imagine anything smaller. But of course now we know there is one. And that is, in 2021, scientists described the chameleon that we know as Brookesia nana, the nano chameleon, which of course is also found in Madagascar, which comes as no surprise. It's so small that in an article by National Geographic, B nano was described as being the size of a sunflower seed. And yes, B nana is a correct terminology. It's B dot space nana, the B being short for the genus Brookesia, unlike the yellow curved fruit that is probably somewhere here on the screen. A full-grown male of B nano reaches 21.5 millimeters, including the tail once again, and the females around about 29 millimeters. I keep emphasizing the including the tail part because the tail in most cases for these chameleons can be up to half of that body length. And now looking at those numbers, you might be thinking, well, B nano is only a few millimeters smaller than B micro. So what's the big deal? I'll tell you what the big deal is. When a few millimeters makes up 3 to 5% of your total body length, it becomes a big deal. Both B micro and B nano are from the group or genus Brookesia, or more commonly known as the leaf chameleons, which are the smallest group of chameleons in the world. So it's no surprise that these two happen to be the smallest of the reptiles. What's quite peculiar, however, about this group of chameleons is that the males have proportionately larger genitalia or hemipenes than expected for this size reptile. The thought process behind this is because the male chameleons are so much smaller than the female chameleons, in an example of sexual dimorphism, that they need to have the larger genitalia in order to mechanically fit with the females during copulation, in order to increase their success rate. However, it has not been proven yet. But getting back to B nana itself, it is found only in a small section of Madagascar, which happens to be a degraded montane forest on the northern parts of the island. Unfortunately, as with most animals in this group, especially the reptiles, habitat loss or deforestation is a major cause for concern. We know this because many of these species are listed on the IUCN Red List. And because they are so minuscule, it is often difficult to have accurate data on their numbers in the wild. And being so small, you're probably wondering what on earth this chameleon eats. And scientists believe that B nana's diet consists mostly of mites and springtails, which it forages for in the forest floor. Its foraging is done during the day, and then at night it will go up into the taller grasses to rest. They rely on their natural colors, which happen to be a pale brown with darker markings in between for camouflage, as they are unable to make any other major coloration changes to their body. If they feel a predator approaching by the vibrations in the grass, they'll let go and drop to the soft forest floor, where they'll hopefully be a lot safer. And now that they're all safe, I'd like to say thank you for watching, everyone. It's greatly appreciated. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. We are so close to 100 subscribers. And don't forget to hit that notification bell as well, so that you can stay up to date with any of the new content. But until then, click one of these videos here on screen now, and remember, it's never too late to learn, and I'll catch you in the next one. They'll let go and drop to the soft forest floor. What's quite that has average